Alright, day 23 of NoFap, and this is my report of my experiences so far and what advice I have to offer people starting the journey. So, what I would say so far is, if you are someone who is really wanting something amazing to happen to you, then you're probably going to be disappointed, because for me that's not the idea of this journey. The idea of this journey is realizing that I don't need anything to make myself happy. That is the point of this journey for me. So the further along I go on this journey and get into day 23 now, I do realize some, you could say I feel more powerful and things like that. Like, I definitely do notice things, still interspersed with periods of anxiety. I still feel anxiety pretty frequently, for sure. But what it's teaching me is that I must generate all of my life energy by myself. And every time that I would have wasted my life energy by going to PMO, I'm being forced to channel my energy in another direction. Now, I'm not looking for something perfect. I cannot stand in front of the camera and say, after 3 weeks of NoFap, you're going to see all these superhuman powers. Maybe for some people they would, if they were severely addicted or something along those lines. But I can't stand here and say that. It definitely makes you more powerful. Like, I feel more in my masculine. I feel more, just when I speak, I just feel more powerful in the way I walk. Things like just the space I command and my eye contact and things like that. Like, it does definitely make a huge difference to that. And also just the level of self-love and respect that I have for myself as well. So all of this does come into it, for sure. But at the end of the day, you're not doing this because you want to gain something, or you shouldn't be anyway. You shouldn't be doing it because you want to be given something by doing this. You should be doing this as your life practice to learn about yourself and gain control of yourself, and you gain wisdom from that. And that's the way I look at it. So I have zero attachment, and I don't want to have any attachment to, oh, I went out today and I had amazing eye contact. I had some amazing eye contact with this girl, and I could feel that it was because of the NoFap and all of this kind of thing. I don't think like that, and I don't want to think like that. I want to be content enough in knowing that I'm on the journey, and I know that if I don't get exactly what my selfish self wants right now, if I don't get what my selfish self wants right now, it's not going to make me fall off the wagon, if you catch what I'm saying. Because if you live by that mindset, where everything is an opposite, and you're wanting things to go your way all the time, and you're wanting things to be perfect all the time, it's inevitable that this journey does include a lot of lower points as well. It's not just an upwards journey where you just get better and better and better. You will have hard days as well. I would be lying if I said every single day. Because taking into account, I've definitely had way more energy, 100% I have. And I've been up and out of bed a lot easier than usual. But if I said every single day over the course of the 3.5 weeks that I've done so far was like that, I would be lying, because I've had a few days where maybe I've missed my meditation, maybe just I failed to plan what I was going to do the next day, and that caused me to lie in the bed for 8 or 9 hours, where usually I'd be up within 6.5 hours. So that has happened as a part of the journey. So it just says to me even more, it's about your whole life practice. And it's about taking your life by the horns. And this is one part of your life practice. And you're not using this to try to... You're not thinking like, alright, I hope if I can just commit myself to doing 30 days of this no masturbation thing, no porn thing, no sex, then it's going to completely turn my life around. Because, yes, it does do wonders for you. It does. Like, I would recommend it to anyone. But it's the mindset that you're developing. If you're going to view it just as do your 30 days and then that's it, it doesn't work like that. It's your lifestyle. It's your lifestyle. You're building into yourself. You should be aiming to build into yourself true abundance, where you don't look to have any attachments to anything. So you shouldn't be hanging on for the end of your streak and you're so excited to go out and get with all these girls, because it just defeats the object of doing it. It's that you don't need anything, and you are teaching yourself that through experience, that you don't need it. You don't need these pleasure highs. You don't need to stop these pleasure highs in hope that it's gonna bring you some superhuman powers, although it certainly does in a lot of ways. I'm not knocking the effects of it at all, but it's just the place that it's coming from. It's the place that it's coming from. Are you doing it to gain wisdom within yourself, or are you desperately wanting something? Because if you're desperately wanting something, there's no difference between where you were just falling into your lust anyway, which is desire and wanting something. But now you're just wanting something else, and you're just willing to sacrifice PMO for a month to try to get that other thing that you want. But that's not the point. You're not trying to get something. You're trying to just live fully in the moment without feeling lack or need. And this is one of the ways to get there. I will give a bit of background on why I've taken up the no-fap lifestyle and kind of where I was at before starting. So I feel like it can be important for people to know where a certain person was at before they started the journey, so they can kind of compare. So for me, I wasn't watching porn every single day, but what I would do is, I knew it was really bad for me, so I tried not to watch it every day. But every maybe 4 or 5 days, I would go on a massive porn binge, and I would watch it for like 3 hours. You know, delaying the end product, delaying the ejaculation at the end for 3 hours. And I would do it like that. And I'd get caught, I'd almost like waste half a day every maybe 4 or 5 days, and I'd do it that way. And I'd still I still masturbate in between that as well. On top of that, I would go with girls that were very bad energy, low vibration girls. And I would just let my lust drive me and not care that I would be damaging myself by going with these girls. So I would go with unhealthy, just dirty, chavvy girls all the time as well. So it was just a general, just not looking after myself, not caring about myself. There was a porn addiction there for sure, because I felt like I had to go on that binge. It's like someone who says they don't smoke that much, but they are addicted to smoking. So it was kind of like that. And I will say as well, the stuff I was watching was pretty graphic as well. It got pretty far, and the things that I liked were getting more and more extreme as well. Like I could see that, like, month by month almost. And I was at a point where something that would have even like completely turned me off a year or two ago, I found myself wanting to watch that. So it really is, it's like a brainwashing. So that's where I was. I'm now at day 23, completely clear of anything like that. And the mental clarity is 100% a lot better than it was most of the time, I would say. Because part of the reason I'm doing this as well is I have, like, one of the main struggles I've had in life is concentration. Like I'll go to a job interview and I'll just switch off while the job interview is asking me a question. Like, I've struggled with this my whole life. So for me, it's really important that I do these self-development kind of things, because, well, I suppose I'm kind of grateful for them in a way, because it forces me to do these kind of things that are just going to intensify my life experience and hopefully bring me to a place where I just rise above all of that. So, day 23, I'm going strong so far. My plan from here is that I'm going to do 30 days, like I said at the start, 30 days completely clear, nothing, no porn, no masturbation, no sex. No looking at Instagram pictures or Facebook pictures even. I have come across one or two of those. Obviously, it's just impossible not to, unless you're going to completely take social media out of your life as well, completely. But yeah, I've just moved swiftly on from it whenever I've seen things like that, as quick as I can. So my plan from here is the next, first of all, I will never watch porn again. I will never watch porn again. Porn is completely done with. I'm leaning towards that I should continue not masturbating at all for the next, and go up to the 90-day point, but I do want to permit myself to have sex if I want to, once I get past the 30-day point. I don't really see the point in, if something arises, I don't see the point in saying 100% I have to not have sex up until the 90-day point. And I think that's a wise way to do it from my perspective at the moment. So 30 days completely clear. From that point onwards, I'll reassess. I'm currently saying I will allow sex, probably no masturbation, until 90 days or more, and porn is finished. So I've got 1 week left to go of the complete, the hardcore mode, and it feels good. Like I wouldn't have thought I would be here saying this 3.5 weeks ago. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. So I'm happy so far. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel to follow my journey and the rest of my videos as well. And thank you for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.